apoya lo president que Deputy Speaker Mayor Kenya Eluorini.
Rami and family, the Secretary General of the NRM.
Yopachu Hato NRM.
The Leader of Opposition, Government Chief Whip and Ministers.
Matumelo, Deputy Government.
Police, Members of Parliament.
Members of Parliament, Mexican.
The former Vice President and the former national leaders, distinguished national leaders.
And President John, the
political parties, ladies and gentlemen.
Yomogo, what is the part? You do Mexican.
Before I make any further comment, the Right Honorable Speaker Gladys Boss Shale, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, the National Assembly of Kenya, is representing the African, Caribbean, Pacific and European Union Parliamentary Assembly on this function, on where her dad, Cecilia Ogwal, has been a member. So let me allow her, I welcome her to make a few comments on behalf of that.
Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Chief Justice, my colleague here, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Uganda Parliament, my Lord, the Bishop, and I think with your permission, Your Excellency, Vice President, allow me to adopt the protocols that have been established in the interest of time. Yes, I have come here today to pay tribute and bring my condolences from Kenya. First from the Parliament of the Republic of Kenya, led by when the news came through, many people from Mauritius, from the Caribbean, from all parts of Africa, West Africa, wanted to be here today. But unfortunately, because of the flight connections, there was difficulty. And I think that is something we shall correct, because as I know, Honorable Ogwal was very clear that we must have an African Union and have airlines that are able to go around more easily within our own continent. And as I stand here today, I also stand here as a woman leader who has looked up to Honorable Cecilia for many years. She has been a trailblazer during the time that I entered into politics. When you talk to any woman, they will tell you, from all over Africa, she is in the history books long before she was even in the history books here in Uganda. She is somebody we look up to as a hero. And on my own personal capacity, I want to say she touched my life, just as she did that of Honorable Kamal. When I first joined the ACPU, again, I didn't know the ropes. I arrived a day late, but within exactly 2 hours, she had sat me down, told me exactly what to do, and then she said to me, but because you're a lawyer, I know you can quickly read the document, and if you don't understand anything, come and ask me. And so I'll be forever grateful to her because she held my hand. But also on many occasions, every time we were in any of the functions, she always spent time to sit with me for a meal. And each time she taught me about being a mother, being a wife, being a leader, being a woman leader, and also how to navigate the murky waters of politics, especially for women. And that I was always thankful for. I also watched her be very caring to every single person. I was particularly envious of your deputy speaker here because she always says, this is my son. And all the time she wanted him to shine. All the time she made sure he got an opportunity to showcase himself at the ACPU parliamentary meetings. And for me, and I looked at that, I said, I wish I had someone like that who could hold my hand in a similar way. And she always told me, don't worry, Gladys, the reason I'm doing this is because I know that the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Tayebwa, is going places. She already has predicted and proven that you're destined for greatness. So that's I believe her, because I know she has the eye for it. And also, as I finish, I want to say this. I want to salute His Excellency the President of Uganda, Honorable Museveni. He has chosen to give Honorable Cecilia a state funeral. For me, as a woman leader, I salute you, Your Excellency, and we are grateful, and you have not only done this for Uganda, for the people of Dokolo, you have also done it for the women leaders of Africa. And also standing here as a woman who's been fighting to have more women representation in Parliament and in positions of decision-making in Kenya, I again salute His Excellency Museveni. We call him M7 in Kenya. I salute him because when I see that he has chosen twice to have a woman as his vice president, something we've not achieved in Kenya. He has also chosen, I've spoken to many of the ministers here, the Minister of Health, the Minister of this and that, all of them are women. You have, I think it's the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, there's also a Deputy Speaker, the Speaker of Parliament is also a woman. That is amazing. I think what we are going to do, Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, we will come here for benchmarking with the women, because we need to understand what is the magic that you have done here, that you have been able to mobilize the population. Because the challenge we've had in Kenya is, even though our president is very supportive of women, he's also got a whole big team of men who are not. So I think we need to come for benchmarking with some of them here in Uganda. And for that, I want to say pole to the family of Mama Imat. I want to say pole to the spouse, Cecilia Ogwal. We shall continue, we should still visit you. In my culture, attending the funeral is not sufficient. We shall come on a different day to visit the family. And Cecilia Ogwal, I can encourage you by saying this. When I was sad for you, but when I watched you there with your children, I said, Honorable Cecilia has left you with an army of children and an army of grandchildren. So you shall be fine. He said, you shall be fine. And rest in peace, my sister, and God bless you and all the people of Dokolo. Asante.
She's no longer Iman. She's a grandmother. She's attacked all of us. So she called me. She said, my son, I want to come to your office. She knew my wife earlier through one of her close daughters called Rose, who works in Parliament. I studied with my wife. And she said, I understand you have been assigned ACPEU. I said, yes. Do you know you can't manage those people? Who told you to remove me from the list? I said, Mama, I just joined the office, I don't know. She said, so add me on the list, I'll become a member right now. I don't need you to discriminate me from anywhere, but if you succeed, I'm a member because I'm permanent on that. And immediately I said, Mama, please, you're more than a member. You're permanent. Whenever I'm moving on international obligations, we are together. And Honorable Okupa. And then, when we went for our first meeting, she said, please keep quiet, remain seated. You're head of delegation, but you have an elder here. So you have to behave. And I was like, Mama, I'm behaving. Because I grew up with a grandmother. And the way she could do it, someone genuine, protecting you jealously. She said, don't speak until I introduce you. Most of you have seen a video introducing me to the ACPE. That was Mama. I saw many people appreciating some views we expressed, me, Honorable Pio, and all that. It was because of the guidance we got from ATAC. States like on international stages, in international forums, you have many people who will attend just, they sign the attendance list. But when you have Mama, you have to speak. She said, I don't want you to bring members who will go and wait for you to speak. Each one should be assigned a topic. and each member we have in EU was assigned a topic, and they've been performing very well. This February, we shall be in Angola. We are going to miss her so much as a community. European Parliament, African Parliament, Caribbean and Pacific, all of us, we are going to miss her. In Parliament, I want to bring once again condolences from the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, and I want to thank her for standing by the family. All this happened when I was on official duty. She called me, she said, I'm going to take full charge, you don't need to return. Please finish the duties I assigned you. Until you return, you join us. But I want to thank her, I want to thank the commissioners of Parliament. Honourable Foyo-chan, Honourable Serwanyi, Honourable Prosi, but Honourable Foyo-chan who was chairing most of the meetings. The staff of Parliament, my brother, the government chief whip, you've done it. The leader of opposition for supporting us. We all came together in this. But above all, Your Excellency, the Vice President, I want to thank His Excellency the President for giving a special attention to our friend, for coming to Parliament to pay tribute, but also for supporting us in each and every way to make this successful. We thank her, we thank him, and please register our appreciation to him. Now, I know most of you members of Parliament are going to also demand when you die, I want to state buried. Attack and on merit. Attack and on merit. Not only from her submissions, but from her honor, from mentoring. Because you see, when we die, we don't know what our people demand. Please, the electorate, this is for attack. Not every one of us can get a state burial. She earned it on merit, she worked for it over years. So I don't want to hear, when we go back, but you did so much on the body of so and so. This one of ours, you've done little, please. Not everyone is attacked. I know in our meeting we had talked with the President about Tayebwa Stadium, and I'm sure the VP is going to convey the message again. Atat was reading this. The Speaker again spoke to the President about it when he came to Parliament, and he said after all this, he is going to meet MPs from Lango, and we'll see how best this issue is settled. In Parliament, we are ready to support how Tayebwa Stadium constructed. Now, Atat was prepared for any time, because she used errors. I've done it all. The problem is that for us who are not prepared to lose her. I don't think Parliament were prepared, I don't think the family was prepared. She's been mentoring many of us. Honorable colleagues, I implore you, with technology, we are able to continue learning from her. Go on YouTube, get videos of her, and you see how she submitted on very pretty questions. Because me, I know how this has helped me. There is a situation I was managing, and I remember the late Right Honourable Jacob Baramya had faced the same situation. I had to dig in the answer on YouTube. How did he handle it? If you have a tricky presentation you want to make, and you know that Atat used to do it very well, just go on YouTube, learn from her. Learn from her. We shall continue pushing for her legacy. We shall continue trying to learn from her, even when she's not here with us physically. But above all, I want to thank Mzee Lamin for giving her permission, for allowing her to be and do what she loved most. I know very many, including my friends, who say, if a woman, I have one who told me, have you ever seen a shoulder growing higher than the head? How can you allow a woman, to be known more than you? And your family is going to fail. Mzee Ramek, you've set a very good example for us there. We have many young people who do not want their women even have a single coin in their pocket. Because the woman will not be controllable. You know? You see a remote to be controllable. What's wrong? I have told people in my constituency. In this parish model, I found some cases where they were saying the head of the household must be a man. I said no. The head of the household does not depend on the biological organs you have. It depends on your contribution to the family. If a woman is looking after you, if a woman is feeding you, paying school fees, she's the head of the household. So why do we fear? Why do we fear women to grow? Why do you fear women to grow? Musayramek allowed his wife to grow, but he remained the head of the household. Because there are things he kept giving to her. And what women mainly need is love. You know? Why should you? And then, that's when you find, when you die with your whole family as a man. Because you didn't prepare your wife to take over. You didn't prepare your wife to be independent, to look after children. So men, because I've been hearing a lesson, I've been watching on social media and following the news, saying, women learn from Imat. She was a very strong politician, but she would go home and become a wife. Also men learn from Rabi. Yes. Let's learn from Rabi. Let's also know that even us being MPs, being ministers, does not take away our duty of being home at home as husband and Rabi. It's very, very important. Because men, we are tested most when we have man and power. When you have man and power, no. This is the one I've been with for 20 years, I need a new number. As if they are cars, a new number. No. So let's learn from this. So Mzee, I really want to thank you. Personally, I've learned a lot from you, and I respect you so much for doing this. As I conclude, Mama pushed for very serious agendas. As we have been fighting a lot with the European Union on very critical issues that touch our values and all that in the EU Parliament. Mama was a voice of the global South, was a voice for Africa, was a voice for our country. Professor Kamal, my sister Gladys here, whenever should have said, you take some of the members of Parliament abroad, paid for by a taxpayer, and they start abusing their country. In my country, they beat people. In my country, they do ABC. Please, you can disagree with your government, but never disagree with your country. Wherever you are, be an ambassador of your country. Because you can easily make an allegation about your country. But to clean it up, even when you take over power, it will be very difficult. So I want to thank you, Mama, for being a very good ambassador of Uganda, for not taking local issues onto the global stage, for knowing where you stop. The moment you cross your border, you leave the local issues in Uganda. For not addressing press conferences in America, disparaging your country, attacking it, painting it as if when people go there, they die. You know, I want to thank you, Mama. But for coming back here and making us account. You demand accountability in Uganda. But when you are abroad, you say you come to our country, you look at it in a whole picture, not in partisan basis. I thank you. I wish you all the best. I want to thank the Parliament who have really done a tremendous job in ensuring that we give Mama a befitting value, and all of you people of this area for cooperating with us in ensuring that Mama is given a decent life. May Adante's soul rest in eternal peace.
Amen. Thank you very much, Right Honorable